My name is Hiroki Matsuuchi, and you are listening to Bridges, a weekly showcase of a single content creator in Japan and their content. This is episode number 31, and today we are featuring the man, the writer, the legend, Loco in Yokohama, and the site he runs over at locoinyokohama.com. So I've been a big fan of Loco's blog for quite a while now, and after a brief Twitter exchange with him the other day, I was surprised to realize that I still hadn't done an episode about his content. He was a guest on my other show quite a few months ago, Bad Communication, and I'm thinking maybe that's why I didn't realize, but of course it was an oversight. But enough inside baseball. Since we are featuring a website this week, I'll be taking you on a 10-minute guided tour of his content as I just kind of poke and stumble around his website. There's no particular list of posts I'm going to visit. I'm just going to kind of drift along and see what catches my attention. So, as usual, let's put 10 minutes on the clock and let's see what we can see. So, this is the Loco in Yokohama homepage, and we have this nice greeting from Loco. So why don't we take a look and read through it. Yo, what's up? Loco here. Thanks for popping in. Cop a squat, grab yourself a brew or a cup of joe or whatever what have you, and peep on some of my stories. If you dig them, drop a line and let me know why. If you don't, I won't get mad at you. Still, feel free to drop a line. But please, be respectful, or at least disrespectful, with a great deal of style and wit. Here you will find posts on daily life in Japan, teaching at public schools in Japan, some stuff on social and political issues in Japan, as well as lots of photographs and other fun stuff. Basically, you will be subject to whatever I feel like getting into on any given day. Hope you enjoy your stay. If you do, tell a friend and come again. Peace and love, Loco. So why don't we drift down a little bit and check out some of his posts. So conveniently, there's a link that says, attention, first time or new visitors. So why don't we click on that, see what that's all about. For first-time visitors, I know Loco in Yokohama can be a bit daunting. There's just so much material here. Where to start? That's a question I was just asking myself. Well, I've made it a little easier. Wow, thanks, Loco. Below is a list of the most popular posts as chosen by readers, either by comment number or hit count, over the course of the past 2 years. So sit back and enjoy, and don't be afraid to drop a comment or even send me an email if you have questions or anything you would like to ask me. So it seems like conveniently, Loco has curated a list of some of his more popular posts. So let's see. We've got how many posts here? Oh, it's quite a few. All right. Well, why don't we start with the series that actually first got me into it, into his writing. And apparently there's a page error. Okay. Well, why don't we try something a little different? How about the trials and tribulations of teaching English in Japan? So this is a post actually I remember from a while ago. This post particularly dates back to January 29th, 2010. And one of the interesting things about this post, I thought, was the fact that, for me and for many other people, foreigners living in Japan, the kind of stories or posts about teaching English is usually not something that's terribly interesting. But one of the nice things about Loco is the fact that I think first and foremost he's a writer. So even though maybe the topic could be in the hands of a lesser writer, a little bit tired, Loco actually does a really great job of making these things interesting. And I actually had a great time reading this post. So without further ado, the trials and tribulations of teaching English in Japan, Part 1. What can I say? It ain't all manzai and kawaii kids. Yesterday, a woman from the Board of Education came to observe me teach. She's a nice woman, been at her job for a long time. Not Japanese, I don't think, but she's been here so long you can hardly tell she's not from here. She has adopted most of their mannerisms and can probably speak Japanese better than many Japanese can. This is an annual review, making this the third time she has come to watch me do my thing, and I'd had a month's advance notice of her visit, so I wasn't especially nervous. Only this week, the week I planned to prepare this lesson carefully with the Japanese teacher, Yoshida-sensei, had been out sick. Monday and Tuesday she spent in bed, as per her doctor's orders, and left me no clue about what grammar point we were to cover. Also, unlike the other English teachers I've worked with over the past 3 years, Yoshida likes to make her own lessons. At least I believed this to be the case because she always has. I'd come to the school and there'd be a lesson on my desk that she'd taken from some textbook or some internet site. Or she'd pull me to the side and ask me what I thought of her lesson. Yoshida joined the staff last year, and this has been her routine the entire time. Well, Wednesday came around and Yoshida returned to work. I had a full schedule, so I didn't have time to meet with her, but for a few minutes before homeroom and a few minutes after lunch. She presented her idea to me. A game where the kids break up into teams and construct sentences using sentence fragments found on slips of paper. The team to construct the most sentences correctly wins. Not a traditional lesson, but the BOE woman wasn't disappointed with it. In fact, my observation went rather well considering I only had a few minutes of planning. She said I clearly had a rapport with the students and handled them with care and professionalism. You could dish out a little more praise, though. The kids really need it. I took notes dutifully during the feedback and asked questions to clarify her remarks. One thing she took special note of was my smile. You have an incredible smile, a powerful smile, which is both a blessing and a curse. Can you clarify that statement, please? I asked. Well, she began, your smile is remarkable. You know how many teachers I meet and observe all over this area, but the one thing I remember about you is that smile. I actually look forward to seeing it. Whoops. Looks like I jumped down a little bit too far. Oh, sorry to ruin the rhythm. I actually look forward to seeing it when we meet. It's so wonderful. Thank you, I said, feeling a little embarrassed. I might have even done something as gay as blushed a little. Of course, I'd heard such things about my smile before, but rarely had I received such flattering remarks in a professional setting, nor from someone I hardly knew. Suddenly, I felt a red flag go up, right up my spine via my rectum. She was setting me up like a pro, cushioning the fall with a little misdirecting sweet talk. Your smile lights up a room, she said through pearly white teeth, but it also has the effect of turning that light off when it's missing. You know what I mean? So this post goes on, and I would highly recommend that you guys check out the rest of it, but I'm going to stop right here with this post at least. Again, one of my good friends told me that if you're a content creator, you always got to leave them wanting more. So I'm going to jump back to Loco's homepage, and I'm going to take a look at one of his more recent posts. Of course, that one was from 2010. Let's take a look at... Well, why don't we take a look at his most recent post, which is dating all the way back to October 14th. Hey, I think that's today of this year, of course. So this post is titled, Are You a Pure-Blooded Japanese? A conversation with my student over coffee at Starbucks in Yokohama. Me. So, what did you do yesterday? Student. I went shopping at Jiyugaoka. Me? In Jiyugaoka? Student. So. In, dane. That's good. So what did you buy? I bought nothing, but I meet a very nice woman. Oh, interesting. Really? In the store? Yes, she was shop staff. She want to meet you. She wants to meet me? Me? Why me? Before, she lived at Janakute in Brooklyn. Really? But how does she know about me? I talk about you, of course. You told a stranger working in a shop at Jigugaoka about me? Yes, she is very exciting. Me too. She was very excited, you mean? Yes. I'm sorry, but you told me to correct you every time. I can stop if you like. Yes, please, today. No fix my terrible English. I want to be natural, just today. Good idea. So, at the shop, ne? She sees me in the shop and she says, am I Hawaiian? Why? Because of my hair. It's not usual hair for Japanese. Very long and my, suntan. Oh, I see. Go ahead. So she asked me, am I junsui? Okay. Pure blood. How do you say? Huh? How do you say what? For example, if your mother is a Japanese and your father is gaijin, like, so, you mean pure breed? Pure-blooded? So. I tell her, of course, I'm junsui na Nihonjin. I'm 100% Japanese. And she, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but maybe I don't understand correctly. A staff person in a shop asked you about your blood status? Huh? She asked you if you are 100% Japanese? Yes, all the time, because of my hair and your suntan, I got that. And she want to meet with you? What's wrong? I was just thinking about muggles and the axis of evil. The nani? No, the Nazi. All right, so I'm going to leave this post, this conversation, for you guys to check out on your own. This is a very interesting one, and I'm going through this for the first time. Although I have to admit, I'm a little bit puzzled by this one word. Junsuina? Maybe this is just a word I've never heard before. Anyway, again, I would highly recommend that you check this out. So we have just another couple seconds. I want to take a look at one last thing. Let's see. Let me just scroll down the site and see what we can dig up. All right. So, okay, let's check out this one post, last post, I promise, dating October 11th, 2011. So this post is titled, How to Make a Great First Impression with Japanese People. I'm just going to do this for a few minutes. I've made a great first impression with my new coworkers, and actually, it was fairly easy to do, but something I simply hadn't committed myself to doing before. Why? I don't trust first impressions. At least I don't anymore. I've been wrong so often going by them here, especially in Japan, that I'd just given up. Most people here seem to be the salt of the earth upon your first meeting. That goes for the second and third meetings as well. Then a few weeks or months down the line, you find out that you've never really met them at all. Usually over a few beers in a karaoke booth or an izakaya is where you'll finally get to see a clearer picture of some of the people you've worked with for the past few months. So again, we're completely out of time. But again, this is another one of my favorite posts of his, and a more recent post. So I guess that's about it. So once again, thank you all for listening to or watching episode 31 of Bridges. Please forgive my broken recitation of some of Loco's blogs. Again, I think it has a little bit more impact when you read it yourself instead of hearing me stumble through it for the first time. But as usual, please feel free to get in touch with us over at bridges@wanwan.fm with any comments, questions, or suggestions for future content creators to be featured on the show. And once again, guys, my name is Hiroki Matsuchi, and this is Bridges, and thank you for watching. See you next week, guys.